The cat who heard the screams before the sirens. The building was already marked empty. Fire alarms were silent. Rescue teams had moved on. But one cat stood frozen on the 11th floor stairwell. His fur standing on end, ears twitching. Because he could hear something no human could. Someone was still alive. The wrong silence. The fire didn't roar the way fires usually do. It breathed, slow, heavy, suffocating. Smoke curled from shattered windows like exhausted ghosts escaping the building. Firefighters moved with routine precision, checking off floors, calling out names into darkness that never answered back. Outside, emergency lights painted the street red and blue. Residents stood wrapped in blankets, staring at what used to be their homes. The final report was filed quickly. No survivors detected. The building was declared empty. No one noticed the small grey cat sitting just beyond the caution tape, staring upward without blinking. His name was Echo, though no one had ever called him that before tonight. He had lived in the building since he was a kitten, sleeping in stairwells, warming himself near vents, listening to human lives pass him by. Tonight, something felt wrong. Fires made noise. People made noise. This building was silent in a way that made Echo's fur rise. A sound humans missed. Echo tilted his head, ears rotating like radar dishes. Beneath the crackle of flames and groaning metal, he heard it, a sound too soft for machines. It wasn't a scream. It was a breath struggling to exist. The sound came again, thinner this time. Echo stood up. Firefighters shouted behind him as he slipped under the caution tape. Someone yelled, "Hey! Cat!" But Echo was already gone, vanishing into smoke like he belonged there. The building swallowed him whole. 11 floors of fire. Heat slammed into Echo the moment he crossed the threshold. Smoke burned his eyes, coated his tongue, filled his lungs. The stairwell lights flickered, each step darker than the last. Echo climbed anyway. His paws blistered against hot concrete, but the sound pulled him upward. 4th floor. 5th. 6th. The building creaked like it was alive and angry. Pieces of ceiling crashed behind him. By the 9th floor, his breathing was ragged. But the sound, still there, kept him moving. The 11th floor. The 11th floor hallway was filled with smoke so thick it felt solid. Echo crawled low, his body pressed to the ground. That's when he saw her. An elderly woman lay beside her overturned wheelchair, trapped by fallen beams. Her lips were blue. Her chest barely moved. Her oxygen tank lay empty. She tried to speak, but no sound came out. Echo leapt onto her chest. He pressed his body against her, feeling her weak heartbeat. And then he screamed. The alarm that shouldn't exist. Outside, a firefighter froze mid-step. Did you hear that? Another checked the thermal scanner. Wait, there's movement. 11th floor. Alarms blared again, this time human ones. Axes shattered doors. Water surged upward. Smoke exploded outward as they breached the floor. And there, through the chaos, they saw the impossible. A cat screaming atop a woman's chest. Keeping her alive, the cost of staying. Firefighters rushed forward, lifting the woman carefully. Echo refused to move. Smoke overtook him. His scream faded into a rasp. He collapsed seconds before rescue hands reached him. Burned paws. Scorched lungs. His heartbeat slowed. Medics shook their heads quietly. The woman will live, someone said. The cat, no one finished the sentence. Between life and ash. Echo didn't wake up that night. Or the next. He lay wrapped in gauze, oxygen mask fitted over his small face. Firefighters checked on him between calls. No one spoke loudly near him. The woman asked about him every hour. Is the cat alive? On the 3rd day, Echo's ear twitched. His paw moved. And the room exhaled. The cat who came back. Echo woke slowly, pain radiating through his body. One ear burned and folded permanently. His paws would never fully heal. But he was alive. The firehouse became his home. A soft blanket replaced cold stairwells. Food arrived on schedule. Hands learned how to pet him gently. Someone finally gave him his name. Echo, because he heard what we couldn't. The woman he saved. The woman returned weeks later. She walked now, slowly, but proudly. Tears filled her eyes when she saw him. "You stayed," she whispered. Echo blinked at her, calm and steady. She brought treats every visit. She told his story to anyone who would listen. News crews came and went. Echo ignored the cameras. He already knew who he was. The sound that remains. The building was eventually demolished. A plaque was placed where it once stood. Saved by a cat who refused to leave. Firefighters still tell the story at night. When alarms fail, they listen harder. Echo sleeps near the door. Always alert. Always listening. Some heroes don't shout. Some heroes hear. Some lives are saved by speed. Others by strength. And some by a small cat who stayed when the world ran. If this story moved you, like this video. Subscribe for more powerful animal stories. And comment "He heard it" if you believe animals sense what humans miss. Your comment keeps these stories alive.